Welcome back to Star Trek Resurgence. Let's get back into this.
There they are! Thank you. I'm not sure one of my kind would have done for you what you did for me. I did not expect a show of mercy. I hoped, but you could have just as easily left me to my fate.
I didn't do it for you. I did it because it was the right thing to do.
I don't understand it, but I'm glad you did.
Well, we're making friends with her. Hope we could change her back.
Now that we're safe on your ship, I think you were right to bring her.
Aw.
Things seem a little different now than they did in the heat of battle. There's more than one way to deal with messy situations.
You're not mad that I didn't release Ataska from her situation?
After all the trials we'd survived, maybe there's more room to hope for Ataska than I'd thought.
No surprises here. But your shoulders separated. If you come with me to sickbay, we can get you fixed up in no time.
Thank you. I'll find you afterwards.
You two, check in at your stations. This thing isn't over yet.
Old Carter seemed a little sad there, maybe even a little lonely when he came off the, well, came out of that box. Miranda wasn't here for him. He misses Miranda. It's understandable. Even though I didn't get to know Miranda very well, he certainly knows her, right? So he misses her. Let's walk around a little bit. We don't really have an objective right now, other than, I guess, what Duvall said, which is get back to work, right? But let's walk around. Let's inspect the cargo container. I can't believe that worked.
She was a good little escape pod.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I want another ride like that anytime soon.
Yeah. Okay, so he's taking a look at the shuttle there. Is that Arminta? I'm not sure if it... I don't think that is Arminta, is it? Well, I guess it could be. He's got a... I'm trying to look... I don't know if that's him or not. Arminta looked like he was going to go talk to Tylus. Or at least he gave Tylus a look. I'm going to walk around here and see what the game will let me look at. If anything. The old Melville here. I love these shuttles. Over here on this side. Oh, here we go. Here's somebody we could talk to, maybe. Who's this? Let's talk to this crewman.
You're really making us proud out there, Diaz. The lower decks don't get a lot of glory.
I'm just getting started.
This one is the, what's the name of this shuttle? Polar. Okay. Over here, another transporter pad. And we could talk to, this dude, security officers.
Diaz,
Yeah?
did you see our people over there? Miranda?
Kapoor, Hauser.
We saw Miranda and Kapoor, but they're bioform. And as far as I know, there's no way to undo it.
That means they're not our friends anymore.
If they attack us,
We'll have to stop them. No matter what it takes.
Yeah. I guess we have to be ready for that.
So the audio levels are a little off here, and I've noticed that quite a few times in the game where I feel like the voices could be a little louder. I mean, I'm enjoying the music, but I'd like to hear what they're saying, too. So that's not Arminta. So yeah, maybe Arminta left the room, unless he's one of these two people here. So Arminta, he's got the white hair, he's got the white beard. I don't think any of these guys are Arminta. I think Arminta must have left, which is what we need to be doing. So let's go ahead and go on over here and catch up with Ed Solar.
I can't believe it, but I'm actually looking forward to seeing Chobok. Not that I'd expect this kind of welcome from him, but I can just imagine the look on his face.
You know what? I want to see him too. It'll be nice to get one piece of normalcy.
I'm sure we can count on him for that.
I can't believe it! You evaded the Takan, ejected their warp cores, and lived to talk about it!
That about sums it up.
They're gonna be teaching this at the Academy for years to come. I mean it! Everybody's gonna learn how you pulled it off!
When they do, make sure they get my name right. D-I-A-Z. Diaz. Ed Solar's too.
I'm sure no one will forget. I heard about Belle. Is Miranda?
As far as we know, she's still out there.
Well, I know Captain Rydek will do her best to get her back.
Hold on. Rydek? What about Captain Solano?
He was turned into a Takan. Rydek had to take over. She's a hell of an officer, but none of us have been up against anything like this. No one has. Not in 500,000 years.
We'll just have to step up and work that much harder to help Captain Rydek.
It's gonna take all of us.
Talk to you later.
It is agreeable to see you again.
Is that so?
It was by no means a certainty that you would return to duty here.
No, it was not.
But it was my sincere hope you would.
It is agreeable to see you as well, sir.
I concur.
You should know your absence has left engineering terribly short-handed. During your sojourn, this department has fallen unacceptably behind schedule on both regular and irregular duties.
There's been a whole lot of irregularity going around.
Seems like you could use some help around here. We're ready to go to work.
I'd like to catch my breath for at least a few minutes, Carter.
Whoa.
Normally, I would assign you to one of the many pressing repair tasks. But, given your experience on board the Zeldi, I have suggested you join the senior staff briefing as we determine our next course of action. You can commence your maintenance shift afterwards.
I tell you what, I like these characters. I like Chobok. I like Diaz. I like Ed Solar. I feel like I already know these characters better than I knew any of the characters after the first season of Discovery. You know, like I said before, it's great TV. It really was. It was great TV. A lot of fun to watch, but it just moved at this breakneck pace. Never really got to slow down and get to know the characters. I don't feel like, anyway. I've said it before, I hope they make more of these games, and I would love it if it just continued on with this ship and these characters. I would love that. Really enjoying this.
I tended to an Ophelion earlier. Major Sarlet Arminta.
Ah, yes. I met him at the negotiations.
I never would have imagined I'd be here, on the same ship, working together with our oppressors. But now that I am, I can imagine a future where the Hotari and Ophelions are no longer enemies. I'd always hoped for peace, but it seems so far away. There's still a lot of bad blood.
Well, if there's any way I can help, let me know.
I'll take you up on that. It's good to have the support of a Starfleet captain, I'm sure.
It's coming along nicely. Thank you, Tylus. I'll take it from here. We're almost done.
I have to brief Ambassador Spock in a few minutes.
Ambassador Spock can wait. You have some fences to mend. Personally, I'm against the needless destruction of innocent life forms, so I'm glad you transported the Draconian crystals onto the ship. But Lieutenant Bedrosian obviously feels otherwise. And right now, you need the full support of your bridge crew. Being an effective leader requires trust, but an issue as divisive as this can create discord.
I still need and value contrary opinions. I don't want everyone agreeing with me when they feel otherwise.
Oh, you'll know when Lieutenant Bedrosian doesn't agree with something. She's not shy about making her opinion known. It's been a chaotic last few days for everyone. You need to name a new first officer in preparation for what's coming. You'll have to work to regain Lieutenant Bedrosian's trust, but if she's removed from consideration, it comes down to Westbrook or Ermot. Obviously, there are pros and cons with each, but ultimately, the decision is yours. Commander Westbrook has seniority and was hoping to be Captain Solano's first officer. Ermot has the knowledge and experience that makes him more than qualified. You really couldn't go wrong with either of them.
At the moment, I'm leaning toward selecting Commander Westbrook as the new first officer.
That would be an excellent choice, considering your history. The crew would respect the fact you chose someone likely to challenge your opinions and present a different point of view. You're as good as new.
Thank you, Dr. Duvall.
Always nice to have a captive audience. You really shouldn't keep Ambassador Spock waiting.
Yeah, so she made a good point about choosing Westbrook, and it's the same reason that I chose Westbrook before, when we had to like confide in one of the people. My brain isn't working. And I chose Westbrook because I guess I chose him because he was no fan of Solano, and so I thought he would be an easy one to kind of convert. But it turned out that, the fact that we had kind of butted heads before ended up being a good thing because it made him believe us. He's like, why would you come to me with something like this if it wasn't true? And then now Duvall kind of said the same thing. Like, the crew would respect the fact that you've chosen somebody who hasn't always agreed with you before. But I'm a little afraid of choosing Westbrook again, because you could see here Ermot is still not very happy with us. And Bedrosian, she's just practically about ready to jump ship. So we had some reactions from there. Tylus was grateful for Jara's support and offer to help forge peace with the Elidians when they discussed the matter in sickbay. So that went really well. We got a good reaction from Dr. Duvall. Dr. Duvall felt inspired by Jara's display of leadership and her situational awareness after she transported the Draconian crystals aboard the Resolute. So that was a good reaction there. I don't think we got any other reactions from other people. Carter got a couple of reactions that we haven't looked at yet. We got one from Itasca. Regardless of his reasoning, Lieutenant Itasca was grateful Carter saved her life. We got a reaction from Chovak. After Carter's heroics aboard the Zeldi, Lieutenant Commander Chovak was pleased to find him agreeable and willing to get back to work. And we had a reaction from Arminta as well. Although originally against it, Major Arminta was thankful and not upset after Carter saved Itasca's life. And, yeah, we already read this one, so we're caught up there. Yeah, man, I'm kind of afraid to choose Westbrook. I feel like I need to mend some fences with Ermot and Bedrosian, but that's not really a good reason to choose them as first officer, right? So we'll see if we have some opportunities to mend fences with them other ways.
Captain.
I'll meet you inside.
I'm here to officially tender my resignation from the crew of the USS Resolute. I cannot in good conscience continue to serve aboard this ship. Not while the interests of the enemy take precedent over the safety of the crew.
Lieutenant, we both know how much we need your help and expertise for the coming conflict. I have no one to replace you.
I understand, Captain. And I apologize. But my heart is not in it any longer. And to stay would be a disservice to us both.
My door is always open if you change your mind.
I appreciate that.
Oh, well that's it then. What if I had said request denied? Would that have gone any better? Well, she's out of consideration now.
Spock via subspace shortly.
Thank you, Mr. Armand.
I'll notify Lieutenant Bedrosian we're about to begin.
That won't be necessary.
Petty Officers Diaz and Edsalar have first-hand experience with our adversaries. I thought it advantageous for them to join this briefing. I understand this is unusual, but I trust you have no objections?
Talk about moving up in the world.
Excellent idea, Mr. Chovak. They deserve to be here.
In all seriousness, what Diaz and Edsalar accomplished aboard the Zeldi is nothing short of remarkable. They're both to be commended, not only for surviving against incredible odds, but for helping our efforts against these scions.
You know, Carter deserves most of the credit. None of us would have made it without his help. We'd all be bioformed by this point.
Well, I could say the same thing about Edsalar here. She deserves as much of the credit as I do.
It's like a mutual admiration society.
Ambassador Spock is ready for you.
Put him through.
Captain Reindeck, your recent change in station certainly warrants mention, and I trust you to faithfully execute your expanded duties. Right now, we must keep our attention on the clear and present danger that lies ahead, the Takan and their warship. The closest populations are the Hotari and Elydian systems, and they are likely the first targets for mass bioforming. After that, lies Federation space. I have advised Starfleet Command to send an impromptu battle group to intercept and assist you, but that will take time. You are our first line of defense. And with our shield algorithms compromised, we are at a great disadvantage. Of course, you know that as well as I do.
I'm glad to hear the battle group is en route, Ambassador. With what we're up against, we're gonna need all the help we can get.
And you will have it. Remember, our strength is drawn from our ability to work together towards a common goal.
Have we made any progress in finding a way to defend ourselves from the Ophelion's bioforming weapon?
Currently, our shields will not protect us, but I am compiling all of the information the away team gathered on the Zeldi and cross-referencing it against our own as well as Portal 6-3's methods.
The away team is sitting right here. They survived without getting bioformed, so we know it's possible. So, what's the secret? How do we defend ourselves? Is there a weakness we can exploit? Something we can do to avoid getting bioformed?
I wish I could tell you the solution, but the truth is, there is no easy answer. There's no defense against bioforming, one-on-one or on a mass scale. At least, not that I know of.
May not be able to stop it, but it might be possible to slow it down. It's too soon to say for sure, but we've had some promising indications that Duridium can delay the bioforming process.
Duridium?
It's not a cure. It's not going to bring anyone back we've already lost. But Duridium is a cell stabilizer, so it has the potential to slow down the onset of physical and mental changes, if not entirely prevent them. And it might be the only ship in the fleet with this much Duridium on hand. In fact, a lot of ships wouldn't have any.
I'll forego the rest of my treatments, if it means the crew will be safe.
Captain, you'd die.
That's an honorable intention, but it's not that simple. It requires a much larger dose to be effective. We don't have enough Duridium on board to protect the whole crew. We barely have enough to protect everyone in this room.
Sounds like it won't do us much good then.
The use case I'd suggest is that it could buy a little time for an officer or a small group to complete a task or mission. but it has to be taken at the moment of exposure to the bioforming mechanism.
Prepare a delivery method for this remedy.
That raises the question, what is the mission?
Assuming the Ophelion uses shields of some kind, I don't expect it will be easy to bypass their defenses.
We may not be able to block the Ophelion's attack either. But if they do strike, we know their weapon uses transporter technology. We might be able to backtrack their signal path.
Like we did to evacuate Captain Rydek from Tau.
Exactly. We could send an away team onto the Ophelion.
So we could destroy it from the inside.
I'm not exactly sure how, but that's the idea.
I think Portal could still help us. If he can't get a first-hand look at the Ophelion, he might be able to identify a weakness.
After sparing the remnants of his civilization, I should hope he'd help us.
He will.
We'll need to prepare a boarding party, if it comes to that.
Petty Officers Edselar and Diaz are the logical choices to lead any away mission to the Ophelion. They have already crippled one enemy ship. If anyone can do so again, it is them.
This isn't like the engineering mission that took you to the Zeldi. Do you really have some special insights that a tactical team wouldn't?
Doesn't the fact that we're here speak for itself?
Just surviving won't be enough this time.
Sabotage is kind of becoming our specialty. We'll find a way to get the job done.
Well, he certainly has the swagger for it.
If this is the necessary course of action, I support it.
With the help of Portal. He should be part of the away team.
I will compile all the latest data on the tricorders, just in case.
In the meantime, I want you working on ways we can combat the Takan tech. Shields, weapons, anything we can use.
Yes, Captain.
Anything else, Ambassador?
I know this matter is in capable hands. Hold the line as best you can. Help is on the way.
Thank you. I have faith in all of you to meet this moment with the urgency it requires. I expect all of us to give it everything we've got. Thank you, Petty Officers Diaz and Edselar. You're dismissed.
While we have a quorum of senior staff, there is a procedural element we need to take care of. The Resolute command codes must be transferred to Captain Rydek for control of the ship.
Of course.
Computer, transfer all command codes to Captain Jara Rydek. Voice authorization Ermot, Echo 4 Lima.
Voice authorization Duval. Beta 2 Yankee.
Voice authorization Westbrook. Alpha 7 Tango.
Awaiting your authorization, Captain.
Am I supposed to know what I'm... Oh my gosh, am I supposed to know this? Okay. I don't freaking know, man. What am I doing?
Voice authorization, Rydek. Alpha 3 Whiskey.
Captain's codes transferred. The updated command structure is incomplete. Please designate a new first officer.
Who is the new first officer?
Please designate a new first officer.
Well, I think I gotta go with Westbrook. I do. I feel like I gotta go with him. Yep.
It is an honor and a pleasure to name Commander Westbrook as my new first officer.
Thank you, Captain. You made the right choice.
Congratulations, Commander. It's long overdue.
I know we've had our differences, but I can't tell you how much I appreciate this.
Computer, Commander Westbrook is the new first officer of the USS Resolute.
Awaiting voice authorization.
Voice authorization Westbrook. Alpha 7 Tango.
Authorization is now complete.
Now, if you'll excuse me, there's work to be done.
Nicely done. I think that went well.
Unless you're
Captain,
Ermot.
Could I have a word with you?
Give me a minute.
Look, I respect your decision, Captain. Commander Westbrook has seniority, and I can understand why you might have felt pressure to promote him. But what I can't understand is why you would choose someone so clearly unsuited for the position. It's the very reason why Captain Solano chose you over him. Because he knew Westbrook as first officer would be disastrous.
I know you're disappointed, but I trust his experience. And I need to rely on him now more than ever.
But that's just it. We can't afford to make any mistakes. And that's my concern with Commander Westbrook. Maybe I've had it wrong this whole time. But I thought we've had an excellent working relationship almost from the moment you first arrived. Yes, I was insulted when you didn't trust me with the information about Captain Solano being compromised, but I've always supported you. Which is certainly more than you can say about Westbrook. I was always against you, especially with regard to Captain Solano. But I guess loyalty counts for nothing with you.
Look, I'll be honest. I can't do this without your help. You're one of the best officers we've got, and I need you by my side. Otherwise, we don't have a chance against Galvin. It's as simple as that.
And I'll be there when you need me. Just like I always have.
Poor Ermot. I do feel bad. He made some good points. He made some real good points, actually. Points that I hadn't thought about, really. I mean, about Westbrook. He was like, Westbrook was here, and Solano didn't pick him. He brought in somebody from the outside, which is saying something, but on the other hand, it is Solano, right? Does he really make the best choices? Ermot has definitely supported us, that's for sure. But like Duvall said, I think it's kind of important to have somebody who just doesn't agree with you all the time. But saying that, I mean, just because Ermot has always supported her doesn't mean that he's just always going to agree with her no matter what. I don't know, man. It felt like I should go with Westbrook. I think that no matter who I picked, one of them was going to be upset with me. Hopefully he doesn't quit. Doesn't seem like he's gonna. Commander Ermot was bitterly disappointed he was not named the new first officer, but he took some solace in Jara's kind words of support and encouragement. Well, I hope that meant something to him. I hated the way that went, though. We're in that room, and Jara's like, congratulations, Commander Westbrook. And everybody's like, yes, good choice. Well deserved. And Ermot is sitting right there. It just seems so awkward. I would have liked it if she would have had the opportunity to talk to them first, but there was no opportunity. They have so much work to do and pressing matters. Couldn't happen. Commander Westbrook was surprised, overjoyed, and relieved to finally be named first officer of the USS Resolute. If that is another thought I'm having, though. If we had named Ermot instead of Westbrook, we might have lost Westbrook because he'd been passed up before, and having him be passed up again may have been the final straw. I don't know. It might have been too much. So I don't know. Is it possible to lose one of these two, just like we lost Bedrosian? I don't know. Dr. Duvall felt inspired by Jara's display of leadership and her situational awareness after she transported the Draconian crystals aboard the Resolute. I don't know if we already read that or not. Ambassador Spock was reassured by Jara's realistic assessment of the situation during the senior staff briefing on the Resolute, so that went pretty well. Who else did we talk to? Let's see. Chovak. He has not thought about us in a long time. This is all the way back to the docking clamp. So nothing new about Jara. Carter was in that meeting too. That's not new. Commander Westbrook was proud of Carter's recognition of Edsolar and his willingness to offer his honest assessment of a complex problem during the senior staff briefing aboard the Resolute. So things went really well with him. West, we already read this about Chovak. And there we go. That's all we got there. All right, let's keep moving on.
understand. Giving everything she's got, but it doesn't make a difference. Something is actively slowing us down.
Keep trying. What's the situation in engineering?
I can't raise them. Internal comms are down.
It's the ionic interference. It's spiking again. If we reinitialize the central communications trunk, it should compensate.
If I may, Captain. Communications are critical to ship operations. I should go take care of this.
Go.
I was hoping we could buy enough time until Starfleet could send more ships. It looks like we might have to face off against the Ophelion sooner than we might want. It's just us. I don't like our chances.
I'll consider any suggestions from my first officer.
We're being pulled out of warp!
The Ophelion is closing on us, and fast.
Yikes. Holy cow, look how big it is.
We're being hailed by the Ophelion. Galvin demands to be heard.
On screen.
You thought you could run? That I would let you escape so easily after taking what's mine? How pathetic and predictable. At least you can take solace knowing you'll be a far braver Takan than you were as a cowardly Koblian. Is it any wonder your people perished? If your every instinct is to run from a fight.
You underestimate the lengths I'm willing to go to ensure you don't succeed.
Sadly, this is as far as you'll get. We both know I hold your fate in the palm of my hand. That I could crush you in an instant if I so desired. And as much as I'd like to, you have another purpose to serve. As one of us.
Red alert! Handar, get us out of here! Evasive maneuvers!
Yo.
They've hit the engineering section. No systems or structural damage, though.
Are they bioformed now? I do believe they are. Yep.
They were targeting the crew, not the ship.
Captain, we have to respond. Hit him in the mouth. What are your orders?
Fire photon torpedoes! Target the source of the beam!
The Ophelion remains undamaged by the photon torpedoes, Captain. And its shields are fully intact. It's too powerful to take head-on.
Damage report from the lower decks.
I still can't raise them, Captain.
Could be that the system's down. Or that was the Takan bioforming ray. And there's no one left down there to respond. Takan may already be on this ship. No way of knowing how bad it is yet.
Get an urgent message to Starfleet Command. Tell them we've been hit by the Ophelion's bioforming ray. There may be hostile Takan aboard this ship.
I'll notify them at once.
Here are your new tricorders. Now go. Get to the transporter room.
Uh-oh. Let's go. I am running. Oh.
We don't know who's on what side, Carter.
We don't know who's on what side. She's right. Whoop. This is pretty crazy. Oh no.
Transporter room 1.
You're coming with us?
A security officer told me your funeral, which I gladly accepted.
Oh, okay. Armenta doesn't have a beard. Thought he did.
You need to take the dose as soon as you're exposed for it to be effective. Hell, take it right before if you can get the Takan to wait while you do it.
I'm having trouble locking onto the transporter path through the interference.
I've done this before. I have to align the transporter with the tetrametric signature.
Yep. Ooh, this one's gonna be kind of tricky. Look at this path. Oh, wait a minute.
Tunnel through the shields.
Oh. Okay. Whoa. I guess I have to go all the way down here? Oh, wait a minute. There's one right here, too. Wait a minute. What? What's this now? What's this one? What the... I don't quite understand why there's two of them that move the same thing. Is that good enough? Whoa, huh?
There's a problem. We don't have enough power to make the jump.
No. Insufficient power.
Might be able to divert power from
Stand aside. The signal is now resolved. I couldn't let you fumble about any longer. Time is running short.
That's great. You must be Portal 6-3.
Yes. Guardian of the Takan Empire.
I'm Carter. Engineer of the Starship Resolute.
We're right behind you.
Do us proud over there. Ready to transport.
Energize.
Whoa. That's pretty cool. Let's go speak with Portal. But before we speak with Portal, can we talk to anybody else? We sure can. You know we're going to.
This is crazy, right?
Oh, yeah.
After this, let's do something really boring.
We could replace the paneling in the Jeffries tube.
Hell, I'd even degauss a plasma manifold.
If we see Miranda in here, I'm not gonna hesitate. She's taken too many lives. You can't undo that.
I don't know, man. Still gotta hold out hope that you could switch him back.
This is pretty wild, Diaz. You better know what you're doing. We're all counting on you.
No pressure, though. Okay, anybody else we could talk with? Before we talk with Portal 6-3? I don't believe so. Holy moly. That is a cool effect. Alright. Porty. Can I call you Porty?
The glory of it. This ship is a marvel. Even to me. It's almost a shame we have to scuttle it. The galaxy has never seen a ship like this. And it won't see one ever again.
It is beautiful. I'll give you that.
Resolute, come in!
Oh.
We're losing cohesion. I'm gonna try to use my tricorder as a pattern enhancer.
The signal's gone. Are they there? Did you get them?
They didn't make it.
The interference is too strong. We're trapped here. We have to get to the Cartabula and disable it.
Hopefully before the battle group shows up.
Get served up for the Ophelion's next meal.
I am saturated in Draconian power readings. I can't feel the source just yet.
Let's do some scanning. Here's something. Crystal structure, a geometric lattice of crystal formations with intricate patterns of energy, low-level tetrametric radiation detected. Scan this. Crystal passage, geometrically arranged sparkling structures exhibiting a wide range of colors, textures, and shapes formed through natural or artificial processes. Heavy tetrametric radiation detected. Okay. And over here.
This way.
All right, you guys. I need to end this episode here. Sadly, I'm well. You know, it's a work night. I gotta get up and go to work in the morning, and I'm worried that the next chapter might be an hour long. We've seen that happen before, so we're gonna end this way right here. Let's see. We saw a couple of reactions. I believe Portal 6-3 had a favorable reaction to Carter when confronted with the task of destroying the Ophelion. Portal was glad to hear Carter shared his appreciation for the ship. Yeah, it would be a shame to destroy it. It'd be nicer if we could figure out a way to take it over, but that's probably not going to happen. Can you imagine how many people must be on this ship? How many Draconians have already been, I don't know what the right word is, bioformed? Must be a lot. Must be a whole lot. I don't think we have any new reactions from anybody else. Yeah, I don't think we do. So no new reactions for anybody, really. We already read all of these, so Bedrosian. Lieutenant Bedrosian felt conflicted after Jara's efforts to be conciliatory when she suddenly tendered her resignation back aboard the Resolute. So I don't know if we can get her back or not. I hope we can. Because we're going to need all the help we can get. Absolutely. Maybe some situation will come out where we will be able to approach her again. But right now, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Crazy, crazy stuff going on here. Still really enjoying this game and this story. I hope you're enjoying it too. If you are, why don't you let me know. Leave me a like or a comment. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys again in the next episode.